One more coming in. There we are now. Do this every month. Every month I lose the share screen button. There it is. I think I'd have got the hang of it by now. Okay. There we are. There we are. We have come back to life. So, got the quiz here. As always, we're going to go through first round, which is the sport round. Second round is going to be the different round. This week it is on London landmarks. It's a picture round. So you're going to see 5 famous places in London. I just want to know where they are or what they're called. And then the third round is going to be general knowledge. We'll go through all the questions twice, and we'll give you a chance to, just at the end of the round, if anyone wants to hear any questions again, just ask.
Hey, Pat, you got a June the 28th, just for 7th of July.
Oh, yes, you're right. It is well spotted. Now, that's because this quiz was meant to be done on June the 28th, and I was ill, so I didn't do it, and I forgot to change it, so well spotted. But we'll skip past that. And on to the sport round. Question 1. In hockey, what is the name of the object used to hit the ball? So a couple of hockey players there holding a couple of objects which they're using to try and hit the ball. What are the things they're holding called? What do you play hockey with? Can we do just someone, Alex asking, can we do a month round, please? What do you mean by a month round?
Oh, can you give me suggestions, please?
So what would a month round look like? What some of the questions be, maybe? You can type it in the chat if you want. We can yeah, I just don't quite understand what month round would be. Yeah, if you type it in the chat, give me some idea of what you mean, and yeah, we probably can.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in hockey, what is the name of the object used to hit the ball? Anyone who's just come in, don't worry, this is round 1, question 1. Moving on. Round 1, question 2. In basketball, how high is a standard basketball hoop off the ground? Is it 6 foot? Is it 10 foot? Or is it 14 feet? So how high is your standard basketball hoop? 6 foot, 10 foot, or 14 foot? All right. Moving on to question 3. Who is this football player? Who is this football player? You can give me his second name, you can give me his first name, you can give me both names, don't mind. I just want to know, who is this? I always check with these because sometimes I look at the picture I've chosen and I realize that they've got the name visible, but I don't think he has for this. Who is this football player? Okay, moving on to question 4. Question 4, if you are hitting a shuttlecock over a net, what sport are you playing? Are you playing tennis? Are you playing squash? Or are you playing badminton? So if you're hitting a shuttlecock over a net, which sport are you playing? Are you playing tennis? Are you playing squash? Or are you playing badminton? And there's a little picture just here of the court that you use when you're playing this game. So it's got quite a high net. It's not very long. It's not a very big court. With a nice high net in the middle. Would you be playing tennis, squash, or badminton if you're playing this court and you're hitting a shuttlecock over a net? All right, going on to question 5 now. This is a picture of a disability sport. It's an Olympic sport, Olympic disability sport, Paralympic disability sport, something we do quite a lot at DSC when we go into schools and so on. I want to know, what is it called? What is the name of this disability sport? I'm actually going into a school to coach it next week, so it should be a bit of fun. It's played, a couple more hints, it's played wearing eye shades. It's for people who are blind or visually impaired, and this blue ball that you can see, that has some bells inside it, so it makes a loud jingling sound as it rolls across the floor, and you've got to try and roll the ball past the defenders and into the goal behind them. Okay, 3 people on a team. I just want to know, what is this sport called? Now, before we move on to the next round, are there any of those questions that anyone wants to hear again? Just shout out or type in the chat. If you want to hear any of those questions again, go back and we'll do that question again. Okay, if I don't hear in the next few seconds, I'm going to assume we're all fine and we're all good to move on. Okay, then on we go to our next round, and our next round is the picture round. And this is all about London landmarks. So these are going to be 5 places of picture, or 5 pictures of places in London. All I want to know is, where are the places? So this isn't one of them. This is just, the cover shots. You've got the Gherkin, a few other famous buildings, and actually right down at the bottom, I don't think you can quite see it in this picture, but right down at the bottom is roughly where the DSC office is. I got that right? No, no, that's not true. That is, yeah, DSC office would just about be visible in the bottom left corner of this picture. So, question 1, where is this? Question 1, where is this? And I'm not talking about any of the buildings you can see. I'm talking about, this is the whole area where this photo is taken. I'll give you a bit of a hint. It's a famous square. So the answer is something square. But I don't care about the buildings. I want to know, what's the name of the square where this was taken. All right, moving on to question 2. Where's this? Where is this famous building? That's where the king lives when he's in London. One of the places the king lives, but it's the most famous one. Where is this? Okay, moving on to question 3. Where's this? Great big Ferris wheel on the river. What is this place called? I've never been on it. I'm sure someone here will have been on this thing, but I've never been on it. So Where is this? Moving on to question 4. Eventually. Question 4, where is this? Where is this? And there's actually 3 answers that I'll accept here. You can either give me the proper name of the tower. You can give me the name that everyone calls the tower by, or you can give me the name of that whole building. So I will accept any of those 3 answers. But where is this? And our final question of the round, question 5, where is this? Where is this? Name of this famous bridge. Okay, that is our picture round. So if anyone wants to see any of those again, shout out, let me know, type it in the chat. If not, I will assume we're all okay and we'll move on. Just give you a few seconds. Okay, moving on to our 3rd and final round, which is of course the general knowledge round. Hope everyone's ready for question 1. In the morning, the sun rises in the east. Which direction does it set in the evening? So the sun comes up from one direction. I want to know, where does the sun set in the evening? It comes up in the east. Is it going to set in the north, the south, or the west? One of those 3. And this is actually one of my photos, which I took whilst I was camping on an island in Scotland. So it's a lovely little sunset. Okay, moving on to question 2. Here we are, it's another photo from me. Traditionally worn in Scotland, what is the name of the piece of clothing I'm wearing around my waist? And it is not a skirt. It's not a skirt, it's called something else. It's traditional Scottish clothing. I want to know, what is the name of the piece of clothing that I'm wearing around my waist in this photo? Looks a bit like a skirt, it's not a skirt. The photo is from a wedding I was at in Aberdeen about a month ago. Lots of fun. Moving on to question 3. What are these flowers called? What are these flowers called? If you've ever been to Holland, to the Netherlands, they're all over the place. Very, very famous type of flower. What are they called? And this is a very sort of things I've done lately, general knowledge round, because I was in Holland the other week. I had to go over there to do a blind football tournament for a disability sports coach. They wanted someone to go over and do a talk about disability and deliver some blind football sessions. So they sent me. I got a nice day out in Holland and Belgium, going to a big football tournament, doing some coaching. And there were lots of these flowers all around. What I want to know is what the flower's called. Moving on to question 4. This is a map of North America. What I want to know is the country that's colored in green at the top. What is it called? It's not the United States. It's not Mexico. It's not Greenland. That country that is in green just there. What is that country called? And moving on to our last question of the quiz, final question. The Battle of Britain was fought between the British and German air forces, but which war was the Battle of Britain fought in? Was it fought in World War I? Was it fought in World War II? Was it fought in the Crimean War? Battle of Britain was fought between the British and German air forces, but in which war? Was it World War I? Was it World War II? Or was it the Crimean War? I'll give you some dates, might be helpful. World War I was 1914 to 1918. World War II was 1939 to 1945. And the Crimean War was 1852 to 1854. So do we think there was an aerial battle in World War I, World War II, or the Crimean War? All right, that is the end of the general knowledge round. So if anyone has any questions they would like me to repeat, please tell me now. If not, we will move on to the answers. Good luck, everybody.
Can you get back to number 3?
Yep. Question 3. What are these flowers called?
You know, I miss out that number 3. I miss out the top one.
Sorry?
I missed out the top one that I forgot, but I forgot to. I missed that the yeah. What's that called? I forgot. What's the football called? Huh? Messi.
No. Just like, can you
Do you mean
Can you show me the football called?
this one? This one? Yeah. Who is this footballer?
Yeah. Ronaldo. What?
Okay. Has anyone else got any questions that they want repeated? No? All right. Move on to the answers. Sport round. In hockey, what is the name of the object used to hit the ball? That is a stick or a hockey stick. You play hockey with a stick. So you hit the ball with a stick or a hockey stick. Question 2. In basketball, how high is a standard basketball hoop off the ground? It is 10 feet, 10 feet high. 6 foot, that's kind of the height of a tall person. 10 foot, obviously a bit taller. 14 foot would be very high. And there are actually some people who think that the basketball hoop should be moved up Because at present, if you're really, really tall, you can jump up and you can just dunk the ball into the hoop. If you put the hoop at 14 feet, suddenly no one's able to do that, and you don't have to be really tall to play basketball anymore. So you get a much more sort of varied group of people able to play basketball if you just move the hoop up a little bit. So there's some people who say that that should happen, but it's probably not going to. Okay, let me just see if I can. We can turn sound on if you want. If you want to talk to each other and want to shout out answers, you can turn the sound on. So feel free to do that if you want to. Who's this football player? Does anyone know who this is? You can turn your sound on. Anyone want to turn the sound on and tell me?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, it is. Well done. Anyone who got that? It is Ronaldo, back when he was playing for Manchester United. He plays for Al Nassr now, I think. Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, moving on from there to question 4. If you're hitting a shuttlecock over a net, which sport are you playing? Who wants to come in on this? Anyone want to give an answer?
Oh, yeah.
Go on, Sam.
Badminton.
Badminton is right. It is badminton. Badminton is right. Question 5. What's this disability sport called? Does anyone know this? What's this called?
I think might have a special name. Let me just put it's got a U quiz. Just
It's called
Ronaldo's
Oh.
right.
goal balls. Yeah, yeah.
But goal ball.
Goal ball.
Oh,
Goal ball. Oh,
It's a great sport to watch. If you look it up on YouTube, it's really, really entertaining.
that's okay,
Amazing how
Mummy.
accurate. How
It's
accurate people.
okay. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
yeah.
Right. We'll do the landmark round now. We're going to see if we can identify these. Does anyone know where this is? Something square?
Haddon Square.
No. No, it is Trafalgar Square.
Oh, it's Trafalgar Square. I was.
Yeah, you got that.
Yep, it's Trafalgar Square.
So we get 1 mark on that one.
Mhm.
Next one, where's this, anyone? Where the king lives when he's in London?
It's called Galball.
Where is this?
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham
Palace.
It is Buckingham Palace.
Got that too.
That was the king lives.
It
King
is
Charles
where the king lives.
III and Camilla.
So we
Camilla
get 1, 2,
Charles
3.
I lives in Buckingham Palace.
One left.
Where's this, anyone?
London Eye.
London Eye. Well done. That is the London Eye.
Got that right.
So we
Right, who's
get-
been on the London Eye?
so we got 1.
Vicky,
one,
Gary,
two, four,
do you have
five. Okay.
One left. It's all right.
been to
London Eye. You have you? Well done. I've not
Been to London Eye.
been to London Eye as well. It's good. Where's this, everyone? Do we know where this is?
That's
So I'll accept 3 answers for this. It's Big Ben. It's the Houses of Parliament. You can also have the Elizabeth.
Oh, Mum, it's Big Ben.
You can also have the Elizabeth Tower.
Department.
And I would accept the Elizabeth Tower. The Houses of Parliament is the whole building. Big Ben is the bell in the tower, but the actual clock tower's name is the Elizabeth Tower. So you can have any of those answers: Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, or
It's
Elizabeth.
gone.
And this, do we know where this is?
Tower Bridge.
Tower Bridge, exactly. Tower Bridge.
Bridge.
Not London Bridge. London Bridge is further up. It's a different bridge. This is
Oh, no,
Tower.
we got it wrong.
No,
Oh,
no.
oh, we did. We did. We did do tower.
Tower.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it?
No, this one. We did get that right, didn't we?
1, 2.
Moving
Oh,
on to
please.
general knowledge. In the morning, the sun rises in the east. Which direction does it set in the evening?
10.
Where do we think? Which direction does
Oh.
the sun set? Anyone?
In
the west.
Oh, we got that right, Mummy. It's the west.
That's
Yeah.
right.
So it's 6.
In the morning, rises in the east,
Oh.
and it sets in the west.
Only one wrong. Out of
Two.
all those.
Traditionally worn in Scotland. One piece of clothing around my waist. Does anyone know this?
Kilt.
A kilt. Well done. It's called a kilt.
So,
They're very
Yeah.
heavy. They're very heavy. It's made of 8 meters of fabric. It's all sort of pleated up. So they're very, very
it's
This one you're ticking, darling. You're not the other ones. Kilt.
oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What are these flowers called? Question 3. Does anyone know this? What are these called?
Je le guise.
Yeah.
Tulips.
Tulip.
Tulip.
Is the right
Tulips, yeah.
answer. Well
Yeah,
done.
so it's tulip, Mum. Look at that.
I don't know when I got that. They are tulips. Question 4. Which country is coloured green on this map? To the
Canada.
north of the USA. I think I heard it there. Canada.
It's calendar.
Canada.
Ask this because I'm going to Canada in September. Going on holiday.
Remember.
So it's going to be nice.
Mexico's at the bottom,
Yeah.
then the United States, and then on the top is
Canada.
That's what Mass is going.
Your question. The Battle of Britain was fought between the British and German air forces. Does anyone know which war it was fought in?
Well,
World War II. Fought
Oh,
in-
the World War II.
Okay, well done, everyone. Add up your scores.
So we got
And let's see how we did.
I've got 12. Out of PE.
so how many do we
well, I don't know how many there are. 1, 2,
15,
out of
15 questions.
PE out of
15
PE.
questions.
I've
Well
got
done.
15 and
12.
you've got one wrong. So what's
done,
one
everyone.
less than 15, Sam?
oh that would be 60.
No, that's one more.
15.
15. What's before 15?
14.
14. That's right.
So we got 50 out of 14.
14 out of 50.
40 out of 15.
Well done, everyone.
So it's a 1-1. So it's okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that other spot is.
That gold ball.
The goal ball is called.
Goal is a tough question.
Yeah,
now.
that's the only one we got wrong.
We got 1.
Turn the recording off.
15 out of 15.